Hey guys, I'm doing a very candid sit down update with you on the end of, I guess it's like a recap of the 30-day morning challenge that I have completed. Before even doing it, it wasn't so much like I'm gonna challenge myself to like 30 days of this. I knew it was going to be a long-term change, something that I wanted to implement into my day-to-day life and routine as it was. So I wasn't really keeping track of like the days and the weeks and that sort of stuff. Some people might be, but I want to talk about all the positive changes that have come as a result of deciding to make that change to add back in my morning routine, because it has had such an influence on my day-to-day life. I've made other changes, which I'm making videos about, I'm writing about in my like Monday email, and I'm sharing it with you guys on Instagram. But I figured as like a let's sit down and like recap it all, I talk about it as well. So the first big change I did was obviously adding in a morning routine. It's different for everyone what you want to add into your mornings. I just knew I wanted to have like 30 to 90 minutes to myself before Theo got up for the day, because I had gotten into the habit of sleeping in until he would wake up around 7:30, and then just immediately having to switch on to mom mode and not having any time for myself to like start slow or relax or do any things that I enjoy and that benefit like my mental health and well-being. I love morning routines. I love my morning. I love getting a hot cup of coffee and sitting down and doing morning pages. I had a couple different goals, we'll say, for my morning routine. Wake up at 6 a.m., move my body, morning pages, drink more water, and eat healthier meals. And I feel like I'm excelling at most of those in one way or another. Like, even though I don't always move my body first thing in the morning, I go on a lot of walks or I go and play outside with Theo. And so I am, I would say, more, not physically active, but just through my like current lifestyle being a mom, I'm just active day to day, taking care of him. So even in the morning, if I don't get time to like do yoga or stretch or anything like that, I have been able to like go on walks with friends, take him on walks, take him places to go play in our backyard or front yard, that sort of thing. I'm still not perfect at drinking water. I don't know if I've drank any water today. I actually got sick yesterday. I think I gave Theo and I food poisoning with pumpkin muffins I had made. A story for another time. That's why I'm not looking so hot right now. Eating healthy is something that I feel like I have, maybe not like eating healthy, but not eating quick processed meals. I've gotten a lot better at trying new meals and meal planning and that sort of thing, and that's one of the changes I want to talk about. So the morning routine was like the first initial big change, and immediately I could feel the difference. Just having 30 minutes to yourself in the morning is, and especially when you get like an hour and a half, that is like golden, the things you can accomplish. My alarm has been set at 6 a.m. I wake up, put my like layers back on because I'm always cold when I wake up, but I'm also a hot sleeper. Sometimes I'll do like a skincare routine or like a skincare treatment really quickly that I know I can like let sit while I go about the rest of my morning. I come downstairs, I make my cup of coffee, I pour my glass of water, usually, and then I come in here, and if I'm feeling it, I'll like do some stretching or yoga, but I'm gonna be completely honest, I've not been doing that like the past week, and I usually get right into morning pages because that is my like favorite part about the morning. So I'll come in here, drink my coffee, do morning pages, and that's kind of my morning, and I've really enjoyed it. The next change, well, I don't know the exact chronological order of these changes, but the next thing was a nighttime routine. I was enjoying my mornings so much that I was like, why don't I do something not similar, but why don't I make time for myself at night to do some sort of like nighttime routine to wind down properly, to do something that's good for me rather than like spending the whole night on YouTube or Netflix or scrolling through my phone on social media. That's not something that like winds you down. That's like a decompressive veg, and there is a time and a place for all of that, but I don't think it's right before bed. And so I try to be to bed by 10 p.m., which means that at 9 p.m. is like when technology is done for me. And Michael has gotten so annoyed because we've been watching the show alone together, and it'll be like one episode and he'll want to start another one, and I'm like, no, it's 9, or it's almost 9 p.m., or it's just after, and like I need to go like do this thing for myself. And like he gets it and he supports it, but he's also like, oh, can we just start one more episode? So it's usually around 9 p.m. that I like start my actual nighttime routine, but Theo goes down to sleep between like 7 and 7:30, and the first thing I do once he goes to sleep is I come back downstairs and I'll do like a quick clean of the kitchen from dinner. And because I've been doing a lot better at cleaning. That doesn't take that long. It takes like 10-15 minutes. So I'll like put all the dinner stuff away, do a final like tidy of his toys, final like pickup of like any random clutter around the house, and like that takes half an hour max. I've also said that like from 8 to 9 could also be another hour of work if I'm feeling really behind on work, because Theo has gone down to 1 nap. But that 1 nap right now at the moment is only an hour, so I don't get a lot of work done these days. But usually that's my time with Michael, and that's when we like veg together and watch a show or a movie or something like that. And I think that's very important and valuable, because like that's our time together to just be like me and him without being parents, without having Theo. So that's also important. Once 9 p.m. hits, I'm done for the day with like technology. I will either already have like a cup of tea, or I'll go to the kitchen, make a cup of tea, and head upstairs. I take time to do my skincare nowadays, in the morning and at night. With the weather changing, my skin always goes through something, like it just gets dry. Like I have a little bit of like eczema and that sort of stuff. So going to bed with like clean, moisturized skin is just feels so luxurious. So that's the first part: skincare, brush my teeth, what have you. And then I go into the bedroom, get like in my jammies. I will journal next. And it's not any like philosophical journaling. I don't follow prompts or anything. I just simply want to take a couple minutes or 20 minutes or whatever it is to kind of like, why can't I think of the word? To reflect on the day is what I want to say. Yeah, like kind of like a daily recap, reflection, to just document what's happened. Highs, lows, all of that. And then I take the time to write out at least 3 gratitudes I have from that day. It's something that's so simple, but it has such a positive impact, because if you take the time to like think about the things that you're thankful for, it just sends you off with a positive like outlook on life. Once journaling is done, I have been reading a book. I love reading. I love books. I love just like physical touching things. And for the longest time, I was like, I can't read books anymore because of Theo and I never have time. And so I was listening to audiobooks, which is like a great hack as a mom. But also winding down with a book at night was beautiful. So I've been reading a couple different books. Let's see. I read The Latte Factor first from the library, and then I started Digital Minimalism, and then I had requested a few more books from the library, and one of them became available. So I like switched over from Digital Minimalism to that one, and that one's How to Break Up with Your Phone. I'm kind of going through a kick trying to break myself of this. We recently watched The Social Dilemma, and I highly recommend that to just anyone that uses technology or the internet or social media, especially social media. I think this is a bit more what it's about. And I either read until I'm like tired and like kind of falling asleep and not really paying attention anymore, or until around like 9:50, and then I will do 10 minutes of meditation before finally like falling asleep. And I just use like the free pack on Headspace. I've paid for like a subscription to them, and it's totally worth it, and I need to do it again. I have just been going through the free pack because I kind of have to like prove to myself that I'm going to use something before paying for it. But I just do 10 minutes of meditation, and then usually I either fall asleep, which I know you're not supposed to, or I'm like really ready to fall asleep afterwards. I put on my face mask and I pass out, and it's glorious. And I've been sleeping so much better. I've been feeling so much better going to bed, waking up feeling more refreshed, like so many positive things. Morning routine, nighttime routine, check, check, beautiful. I also have switched up my like cleaning habits and routine. Like I just finished editing the video for that, but basically like I used to do a once a week big clean and try to like manage the chaos throughout the week, but it just wasn't working. Like I felt like I was on a hamster wheel of cleaning, and I hated it. And I felt like I was spending all my free time cleaning and not seeing results from it, and I was just getting really frustrated because I felt pulled between like being a good mom, not living in chaos, being able to work and grow FemmeHead, and I just felt like I couldn't do all of that. So I was like, we've got to make some changes, girl. And yeah, just making a few simple changes to my cleaning habits and routine has just been, but I just filmed a video about it, so you guys can go check that out. So that was a big change. Another change I made was actually taking the time to find new recipes and meals and meal planning for the week, because I was just kind of in a slump and a rut in all areas of life, and I've slowly started like picking those pieces and being like, okay, now we're gonna work on like cleaning. Now we're gonna work on like eating. And so it's not so much about like wanting to eat healthier. I just was so bored with what we were eating. It was just like quick, easy process, like vegan things or vegetarian things, and it just wasn't So actually taking the time to like find new recipes that we are excited to make, we're excited to eat. I've had so many new delicious meals that I get to add to my like recipe book that's in here and on Pinterest. It's just been fun to try new things. Actually like playing it out helps with your decision fatigue that you deal with every single day, and like trying to decide what you're gonna eat for like lunch or dinner is just such a drag. So I kind of touched on it before, but we watched The Social Dilemma. I've been reading some books about working on your addiction to your phone and to social media, and like none of us feel like we're that bad. I feel like I use it for positive things, but also I get sucked into it. I think many people do. So just being much more conscious with my phone use. I always feel guilty when people like text or call me if I don't answer right away or call back right away or respond right away. And currently with like just having an hour at the moment to get work done because of Theo, you can easily waste that having a Snapchat conversation or a text message conversation. It's not that those conversations and those relationships aren't important. Usually it can wait so you can give your full focus to whatever task you're actually working on. Creating sacred spaces for either like my morning routine or my nighttime routine or my work time where I'm not letting my phone specifically infiltrate that has been very beneficial. I deleted Facebook from my phone, Twitter from my phone, Pinterest from my phone. I still have a couple social media apps, but I feel like I'm slightly more conscious of it, and I'm trying to not be on my phone as much when like Theo's around. He's not the best at like letting me work. Like I would love to be able to like answer emails or like edit a video while he's content playing. Like I love the times where we get to play together, but it's also very important for him to like learn how to play on his own, learn how to entertain himself, and he's getting really, really good at it. There's a balance of both. If I get a computer out, he immediately is like, no, I need your attention now. I'm not okay playing by myself anymore. I wouldn't even try to work. So I got in a bad habit of just getting on my phone or watching YouTube while he was like in those happy moments. And it's just like, that's not the best use of your time. So I've gotten better at like the times where he's content playing by himself, like actually doing something positive and productive with that time. Yeah, but I think all in all, just becoming more conscious of like how I'm spending my time, what I'm giving my time to, because I think we all have this feeling of if I only had more time and I just don't have time to do X, Y, and Z. But we do in a way, like not always, but we do, because there's certain things that we're wasting our time on. There have been a lot of positives from going through the whole process of adding back in a morning routine and like making that a 30-day challenge. I mean, it's gonna go on and on and on, and like I feel like I'm in such a better place mentally, and nothing like outside my little world bubble that I live in has changed. Like the world is in the same exact place it was. I still can't hang out with friends and family in a normal way that I'm used to, but up here I'm handling it all much better because I'm taking care of myself and what I have control over. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you enjoyed the challenge if you went along with me, and that it's something that you can stick to and make time for every morning or at night or whatever the change is that you want to make. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.